Welcome back, everybody. In honor of fall, I thought I would present you with this easy but stunning little broken text effect that I created in Affinity Photo 2. I started by right-clicking on this colorful forest picture. And selecting duplicate as what I'm about to do is a little destructive. Then, go to my artistic text tool in the left-hand toolbar and drag the cursor to size the text. I'll type fall in a nice font like Impact. Then, I'll use the little corner nodes to resize the word, and I'll move it into place. Next, I'll drag the forest layer onto the text layer to embed the image onto the text. I'll click the little dot by the duplicate layer to turn it off so you can see the effect. Next, I'll click on my Place tool on the left-hand toolbar to insert a PNG image of a maple leaf I also got from pixabay.com. If you don't have that tool on your toolbar, just go to File and select Place. Alright, now I'm going to use the corner nodes on the leaf to resize it and move it somewhere onto the text layer where I think it will look good. Then, I'll go to Select in the menu and choose Selection from Layer to bring out those marching ants. Now, with selection made, I can either hide or delete the maple leaf as I don't need it anymore. Then, I'll right-click on the text layer and select Rasterize to turn it into a pixel layer. I can now click Command or Control X to cut the leaf shape out of the text. I'll then click Command or Control V to paste it back into a new layer. I'll select that new layer and move the leaf below the text. And I'll use the little handlebar to rotate it so that it looks as if it just fell out of the word fall. This looks pretty boring on an all-white background, so I'll add a colorful gradient behind it. I'll go to Layer in the menu and select New Fill Layer. Then, I'll click the Gradient tool from the left-hand toolbar and I'll drag the cursor from the bottom to the top of the canvas. Now, I can change the colors of the gradient by clicking on this little color box in the top toolbar. I'll start by clicking on the white box and using the color wheel to change it to red. Then, I'll click on the black gradient node and change it to a nice green color. You can insert extra nodes by selecting the Insert button. I'll add one for orange and yellow to give me a nice autumn-like gradient. Now, I'll drag the gradient layer below the text and cutout layers. Wow, that looks much better. Okay, I'm going to apply some FX to both the text and cutout. So, I'll select both layers, right-click on them, and select Group to group them together. Then, I'll go to the FX button at the bottom of the Layers panel and I'll click on 3D and check the box. I can move the radius slider a bit to the right to give the text a nice 3D effect. Next, I'll give it a little outer shadow by selecting the effect and checking the box. I'll move the radius to the right a bit and then I'll go to the Offset button so I can manually place the shadow exactly where I want it. Alright, now I want to add some more text to the top of the word fall. So I'll use my Move tool to drag the text a bit lower. Then, I'll select the Artistic Text tool, drag the cursor to size it, and type Welcome to in a nice script-like font. Okay, almost done here. I'll drag the corner nodes to resize the text and move it where I want it. Then, I'll highlight the text and use the color wheel to change the color to white. Finally, I'll go back to the FX button at the bottom of the Layers tab. And I'll add a little 3D effect, plus I'll give the white text its own shadow, so it looks like it's floating above the word fall. Alright, that's about it for today. If you learned something and want to see more of this kind of content, please click those like and subscribe buttons. And if you're feeling generous, this channel runs on Caffeine. There's a link to buy me a cup of coffee in the descriptions. Not necessary, but certainly appreciated. Have a great day, everyone.